Cinemania Field Report. Heart of Glass. You join me now in the British Museum, where oddments and wonders of the ancient world have found their way, either by fair means or foul. The histories contained in these artifacts come from all ages of man, from empires and kingdoms of many kinds. The objects are grouped generally by their age and provenance. Individual rooms and galleries will be devoted to a specific nation or group and the things that they made. At first, it can all seem overwhelming and entirely arbitrary. Ancient bronze helmets sit forgotten on shelves next to vases and clay tablets, implements of war and implements of peace quietly sharing a cabinet of relics. But there's one thing that binds all of these objects together. They're all trying to say the same thing. I'm alive. I have something to say. I matter. My life has meaning. People have always crafted the items they need from whatever they can find in the natural world around them, yes, but nothing here is plain and unadorned. There are complex decorative elements on almost everything. Pictures and carvings, images and words. People are constantly trying to leave a message to the ages in the things that they make. Right here in room 41 you may find the Lycurgus cup. This is a glass goblet. It's a few inches tall and it would fit nicely in your hand if you wanted to drink from it. It was made of glass sometime between the years 300 and 400. When you look at the cup, you'll notice first of all that it's a rather odd shade of green. But something happens when light passes through the cup. Hold it up to the light and the cup suddenly turns bright red. It's a magic trick, something the Romans figured out a long time ago. A way of making glass that has a fire inside it, a ruby fire. The cup probably commemorates Emperor Constantine defeating his sometimes friend, sometimes rival, colleague and co-emperor Licinius. It's a long story. It's a really nice cup. The magic trick sadly faded from history along with the rest of Constantine's eternal Rome, and we forgot how to make the ruby glass. That is until the 17th century, and part-time alchemist Johann Kunkel figured it out. Kunkel was from modern-day Germany, but he had to leave because of some kind of political trouble. Apparently it's a tough life being the apothecary to the Dukes of Lauenburg. In Sweden he established himself, and while trying to experiment with transmutation, he added salts of gold to molten glass and managed to produce a brilliant ruby color. The Roman magic trick was back. In 1976, Werner Herzog, the director who really put the mentalist into abstract experimentalist film, made Heart of Glass. It's a film about that same ruby glass magic trick set in the Bavaria of the 18th century. In the film, a small-town glassworks has perfected the art of ruby glass making, and it is the most profitable thing about the place. The secret of the brilliant red glass has made some of the townsfolk wealthy, and their wealth depends on making sure nobody else has the secret. The master glassblower in the town sadly dies, however, and the secret dies with him. The obsession with protecting the town's heart of glass has shattered it instead. The local baron becomes quite mad, and his madness spreads quickly among the townsfolk. A man from the nearby hills, who claims to see the future, predicts that the town will be destroyed by fire. There is also an invisible bear. No, I do not know the meaning of the invisible bear. This is a Herzog movie. In fact, the film draws inspiration from a supposed real person, a legendary Bavarian prophet called Matthias Stormberger, also known as Mulliasl, also known as Apoig, who made prophecies about destruction and flame, and apparently foresaw the building of a railway through the area. In Germany, even the mad mystics support a well-organized and efficient public transit system. The seer's visions aren't really about the decline and fall of a local industry. He perceives the end of all things, that society, civilization as a whole, is just a temporary reprieve before the chaos returns. While we have a purpose, or at least the belief in a purpose, we can go on, but once that purpose is lost, we are nothing. The film is notable for having a meandering plot that never really goes anywhere. The sense of doom is suffocating. Life in 18th century Bavaria is grim and pointless, and Herzog seems to be giving us a long, cold stare the whole time, reminding us that this is what is to come as well as what has been. The film is difficult, obtuse, obscure, and German. It would probably have gone forgotten by now, but a few things stand out. First, it's a Herzog film, which automatically means it's worth a watch, even if it's hard to follow what, if anything, it all means. And secondly, Herzog was so intent on creating a strange and dreamlike atmosphere that he had his cast put into hypnotic trance before filming. Yes, that's right. The people in this film, apart from the seer who is trying to warn everyone about what is to come, are all in a trance. It shows. People make strange choices. They show no reaction when we would expect emotion, or they talk in a slow, drawn-out way with lots of blank stares. Herzog stares too. In one scene, the occupants of a tavern all leave, while one man, who had been playing cards, simply remains seated, staring into space, thinking about nothing and insisting upon nothing. Herzog stares at him, the camera lingering uncomfortably. Did he wake up after the camera stopped rolling? Was it like a dream? No idea. It's worth watching, but don't feel bad if you don't manage to get through it. The film is all about pointlessness, madness, and doom, after all. It's not exactly a fun time. We now know what causes the ruby glass to adopt that color. Tiny nanoparticles of gold suspended in glass will produce a light scattering effect when light passes through the glass medium, creating a vivid red color. The magic trick has been explained. We looked behind the curtain. The Lycurgus cup is the only piece like it left of the Roman antiquity. They probably made many others like it, but we'll never know. Doom came for Constantine's Rome, and the glories of the ancient world were allowed to rot away, because the people no longer saw the point. We've picked up the pieces now, and we've put our heart of glass back together, but it's a fragile thing and prone to breaking. Herzog may have been warning us of that, or more likely he was simply recounting, dispassionately and calmly, exactly what we are facing. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I watched the movie, and I felt like I'd been hypnotized too afterwards. We need to feel like our lives have meaning. We need to feel that there is a point behind what we're doing. That is why the Lycurgus Cup exists. That is why the British Museum is filled with 1 million artifacts that all have decorations and pictures on them. We mean something, they say. Remember us. This is who we were. This is what we thought about. We carve it into anything we could find to remind you of that. If there's a message, then it's this. Protect your fragile hearts and find purpose in your lives. When prophets come down from the hills with a warning, listen to them. Don't hoard your secrets or else they will die with you. And above all else, watch out for the invisible bear. Cinemania Field Reports is a product of the Cinemania Society, available wherever you may find quality podcasts. This episode was written and performed by Andy Slack. Music by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Incidental sound courtesy of Epidemic Sound.